Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alicia, and if you're new here, I'm happy to have you. If you're not new, I'm still very happy to have you here. We have a few more subscribers since the last video that I posted, and I'd just like to say thank you for stopping by and thank you for subscribing. I cook mostly all from scratch, and I like to keep a healthy rotation of good food going in my kitchen at all times so that there's always something to eat. And with that comes struggles. It's not always easy. You still have to think of something to eat every single night. Today, I just wanted to share with you one of my go-to meals that I started making I don't know how long ago, and I have done variations of it almost weekly. And part of what makes this recipe so simple is the Ninja Foodie. I've talked about the Ninja Foodie on our channel several times before, and while it is part of what makes this recipe so easy, it is not necessary to have. This can be modified to work on a stovetop or in the oven just as well, but I do want to stress that the Ninja Foodie is very helpful, and it's definitely an element that makes this recipe even easier. Because I don't know about you, but anytime I'm only washing one pot, I'm very happy, and that's the type of recipe that gets done on repeat in my kitchen. So with all that said, let's get straight into the recipe, which if you're not new here and you know me, it's not exactly a recipe. I'm not going to give you a lot of measurements. I measure with my heart, and I suggest that you do the same, but this recipe will have a meat and some vegetables and one starch, and it will all be cooked in the same pot in my Ninja Foodie. I have cut up the vegetables that I had readily available in my refrigerator, which were an onion, a bell pepper, and some mushrooms. And I always like to cut up my vegetables and then my meat. And my chicken is not completely thawed. There's still a little bit of frost in the middle of this chicken, but it was about 2.5 chicken breasts. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. I left my vegetables kind of chunky. I don't want them to cook to pieces. This is going to be, because of the seasoning I'm going to do on this, it's going to be like a Mexican chicken and veggie bowl, and we're going to do rice. Once everything's cut up in this bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add all my seasonings. Now, I did salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, cumin, and I gave it all a good drizzle of olive oil. Now, everything gets dumped in the air fryer at 375 for 20 minutes. And throughout that time, I'm going to open it up and stir it, make sure everything is cooking evenly. Now, we are cooking chicken today, so we're going to make sure that it is completely done. When I do beef, I'm not quite as worried about that, but chicken is different. Now, I know you saw me cut up mushrooms. I did not add the mushrooms in the beginning. I waited till the last 5 minutes. And as always, we clean as we go, so that last 5 minutes is a perfect time to do that. It seems kind of tragic how I clean up the kitchen about 11 times a day because I can't handle there being any dishes in the sink, so I can't let them pile up and just clean one time a day. Okay, the 20 minutes is up, our mushrooms are cooked, our chicken is cooked through, and I'm just going to pull the whole air fryer basket out and set it in this cast iron skillet, and I'm going to put all that in the oven so that it stays warm while we cook our rice in all those juices and little bits that are in the bottom of this pot. This is what I like about the Ninja Foodie. It did take me a while to realize that when you cook rice in an Instapot, you use the same amount of rice and the same amount of water. You don't double your water like you do cooking rice normally. It probably said that in the instruction manual, but I did not read it. So I turned it off and back on. We're gonna pressure cook this on high for 10 minutes. And I did 2 cups of rice and 2 cups of water. Now, if you wound up with a whole lot of juice off your meat and vegetables, you might want to cut back on the water so that your rice doesn't get mushy. But anyway, that's my quick and easy go-to meal that is on repeat in my kitchen, probably weekly. We love it. And there are so many variations of this. You can switch up your meat, vegetables, anything you want to do. This is just an idea of how to cook it in one pot. And I am not sponsored by Ninja in any way, shape, or form. I'm really just sharing what I do in my real life, in my kitchen. Nothing fancy or over the top, just simple home cooked meals. I think we all know that cooking from scratch is not really difficult. The difficult part comes with thinking of what you're actually going to do. This whole thing probably took me 45 minutes, but that doesn't include, of course, remembering to set the chicken out to thaw, which I did a little later than I should have, hence the chicken being a little frosty in the middle. But with a little planning, you can keep a healthy rotation of good food going in your kitchen. I haven't filmed very much about sourdough lately, but I am still making sourdough weekly. We still don't buy commercial sandwich bread, so I keep a pretty good rotation of sandwich bread going in my kitchen. But it is summer in Mississippi, so I have to make sure that my bread is ready to bake early in the morning before the sun comes up, because nobody wants to have their oven on 450 degrees for 45 minutes during a Mississippi southern summer. Heaven help us. Will the AC ever shut off? I don't think so. I thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you got a good idea for supper tonight if you weren't already sure what you were going to make. If y'all saw my video about boiling eggs in the pressure cooker and that making farm fresh eggs easy to peel, let me know in the comments, because of course I'm still doing that, and you see how simple it is to peel these eggs. I tell you, that is one of the best hacks I've ever come across. Also, please drop a comment and let me know what you're harvesting from your gardens already. We're getting fresh blueberries finally, and blackberries and raspberries. Our pepper plants have several peppers on them, and we have some very small tomatoes, but we haven't harvested anything like that yet. The pea plants and the squash and zucchini plants are all looking very beautiful. They have blooms all over them. I'm so excited. Y'all know this is my favorite time of year. Check out this crawfish egg yolk. Y'all know I only do tuna salad or egg salad when my husband doesn't come home for lunch, because he doesn't eat anything with mayonnaise in it. Anyway, that's about all I got for you today. I hope that you are encouraged. I hope you got a good idea for supper. I hope that you are blessed and healthy. I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day this coming weekend. And until next time, bye y'all.